I live in Hicksville most of my life. I have a car, 2 kids, and a wife. I'll probably be here for the rest of my life. I'm living on the island. When summer comes and winter falls, the island ladies go to shopping malls. Take daddy's credit card, charge it all. They're living on an island. Oh, we're living on Long Island. Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm just basking in the sun.
Hey, Andy, give me a vodka. Is that your Camaro? It's gorgeous.
You know, I went to high school with Billy Joel.
I go to Hamptons on Friday night. I party hard until sunshine bright. Then I'm sitting in traffic on Sunday night. I'm living on an island. Yeah, living on Long Island. Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm not hurting anyone. Ah, let's live.
Hey there, Islanders. If you're going out to the beach, you better get an early start. Traffic is miserable.
Well, I'm coming of age in old Bethpage, trying to get down in Levittown, dancing in the dark and...
Hey! It's the Gagootz Show!
The Gagootz Show!
It's the Gagootz Show, and it's 70 degrees out right now.
I know. Look, I'm wearing short sleeves.
You know, I have a feeling you have a lot of Hawaiian shirts in your closet.
Yeah, I do.
Like, I mean, the shirt was great, but like he busted the hat out with it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not 80-degree weather, but you know what? I'll take it.
It's Earth Day today. Did
Oh
you
my
know
God!
that? It's
I didn't
Earth
know,
Day.
which is so funny. I should know that because I'm a activities director. I should know things like that. You know what? It's the worst part about it. It's Earth Day. It should be every day.
Yes,
Think about it,
exactly.
right? Like, hello. Oh my God! Welcome back. We're here. How was your weekend?
I was sick. I've been sick
yeah,
for the past.
He had the COVID. No, I'm playing.
I had something like the COVID. I did.
Yeah. Well, the COVID is all the same symptoms. We gotta call it the COVID so everyone knows.
Right.
But it's all the same symptoms. You got like a runny nose and your head hurts.
I had a chest problem. Almost like pneumonia.
Oh my goodness.
I'm smoking cigarettes a little bit, but nothing else. I haven't smoked.
I think you could smoke weed more than cigarettes. Oh, you read the room, Benny. Really? That's medicine, buddy. Okay. All right.
But
how are you feeling today?
Feeling much better. I was weak when the last show that we did with Nancy, who isn't here, by the way.
I know. I thought she was gonna come.
No,
she wasn't.
She's in Mohegan
Oh
Sun.
yes, celebrating her birthday.
Or Foxwoods, one of them.
Happy birthday, Nancy. We love you.
Happy birthday.
I hope she has her good luck chain to make some money. You know, because I have when I go into gambling, you have to go with a mindset, and I don't have it, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. She does. She's got that mindset.
Mm-hmm. This weekend, I actually had. Did I do a show? I did do a show. I did a private show. Look at me, private girl, home girl. It was a 30th birthday party in Northport. You know, I always get weary when I go to places that don't have sidewalks. I'm just like, you guys don't want people here. Like, I don't, even though I don't walk.
Oh, all right. Anyway, we have a great show.
Yes, we do.
We have 2 awesome guests.
Yes.
We have Nicole LaMonaco, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her when we go to a video.
Oh, okay.
In a little bit.
Yeah,
Nicole LaMonaco and Francesca.
Francesco. Well, I was like 2 women. Okay.
No, Francesca Panobianco.
Ooh. Let me guess. She's Italian. Oh, how did I know? Oh my God.
And it means white bread.
Say it again.
Pano Bianco is
Pano Bianco. Oh, that's a good one. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess. All right. You know, like black people have random like last names that just mean regular thing. Like their last name be like White. You know. So they're just like, we're gonna call you White Bread. It works. I mean, it's the same thing. That's why they always say Italians are like the black.
And they're both very interesting. There's going to be a lot of.
Well, I know Nicole, so we've done a show together. I'm excited to talk about it, and then we'll talk about like all the things she's into.
And also, you and I have a couple of shows coming up.
Yes, we do.
We're going to show.
For the first time since I've got on the show, I finally was like, I'm going to send you a flyer before the day, so I can actually promote my show.
And are you doing the show this Thursday?
Yeah, don't you have me on the flyer?
Yeah, I have you on the flyer. Yeah, and you might.
As long as you don't get COVID again.
You might be the headliner.
Me?
Yeah.
You wouldn't make Will Romero?
Do you want to be the headliner?
Well, I would never say no.
Okay.
Who says no to that? It just, you know what? It feels more like serious when you're the headliner. You're like, my God, I got to be really funny. My God.
You are very.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
No, but all right. Here's the thing. when we did the last show, I had scheduled when I do the Thursday bookstore show at the Bard's bookstore. I did it the Thursday following the Gagootz show.
Yeah.
Because we do the Gagootz show twice a week.
Mm.
So I did. I got sick that Wednesday, the day after the Gagootz show. I got so sick, I had to cancel. And you remember you were on that bill.
Yeah, and John was headline.
John LaRocchia.
Yeah.
I had to cancel because I was so sick, and there was, I didn't have a backup plan for anybody
I get you.
Yeah, so now I was feeling better, and people were like, so what's with the show? Were you gonna have the show? So we're gonna show the flyer right now.
The show must go on.
The show must go on.
They're like, we don't care that you're sick.
LaRocchia can't headline, so I had them put a question mark of a mystery guest.
Okay.
And then I thought, Mezzy. Yeah, you're very funny.
I'll
Why
take
not?
it.
Yeah.
I have a great new joke that I told my friends last night, and they laughed. So I must be funny.
I'll put Will Romero before you, okay?
Oh yeah, Will. Oh, we
Sometimes
love you, Will.
Sometimes Will likes to leave early, so
Oh yeah, he's a busy guy.
He's a very busy
guy,
man, but it's action packed. There's a lot of people on that show.
Yes, I can't even see it. The font. Can I get your glasses? I need to get your glasses.
and then your flyer. Let's show Mezzy's flyer.
Oh yes, this is. Oh my God, you know, black people always extra. Why the hell is this a minute long video? It's ridiculous. But it's in Queens. My girl Peaches. Oh my God, literally when I started, Peaches was one of the people that was pushing me to do it. Starlight and Mika. And I don't know who that random black lady is under me, but she must be funny. I hope she's a comedian.
Peaches is very funny. I know Peaches
great.
for over 20 years.
I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I asked her one time years ago when I was doing the original Gagootz show, and she was like, "I don't do podcasts. I don't do shows." So I was like, "Oh."
Well, I would love to. I'm gonna get her. If anybody can get her, and you know what? I'll talk to her about it at the show we do on Saturday.
Okay.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's this Saturday, your show.
Yes. Yep.
And the bookstore is Thursday.
So
at 7:00.
I like to have a day of reprieve. I told myself, I was like, I'm not gonna. Last weekend, I was like, this is gonna be my weekend off. I'm not doing any comedy. And then someone called me like, Mez, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, nothing. You have a show for me? Like a crackhead or something. I'm cracked out for it.
Comedy is like crack.
Yeah.
Not that I've
legal crack.
I've never done crack.
I thought you said you did. Oh no, it was
I free-based cocaine.
That is crack, sir.
No, it's not. It's more expensive. It's more
crack or freebase?
Freebase. It was more expensive. People would take the cocaine and they would cook it up in a spoon and then put it in a glass pipe and smoke it.
I want you to know this is like the Whitney Houston episode, like when she did when the 2020. She's like, I don't smoke crack. I smoke cocaine. I ain't poor, baby. I'm not poor. Let him know. He got money.
Anyway, all right, listen.
Your college. We got money.
Listen to me. Listen. Richard Pryor, okay? Did you ever hear the story how Richard Pryor got burned? He burned half of his body.
No, I didn't know that story.
He did, and there's a Richard Pryor movie called On the Sunset Strip, and he talks about, and people used to take a match head, and they'd strike the match, and they'd say, "What's this?" It's Richard Pryor running down the street. Yeah.
That was because
he set himself on fire, freebasing cocaine. His glass.
Dude, that didn't make his case any better. By the way, crackheads never burn themselves.
Yeah, but this was an expensive thing. Anyway, I only did it.
You got money.
I only did it once because I went to my friend's house who used to sell me weed, and she was selling cocaine.
Oh.
And this guy was freebasing, and he turned me on to it because he wanted to make another customer for my friend. And so I got high. She's like, "Do you like the high?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then she says, "Too bad it only lasts like 10 minutes." And I'm like, "You kidding me? I saw this guy go through $500 smoking it." I said, I could buy a tube of glue.
Oh my God!
I could buy a tube of glue
stick to the regular marijuanas that you know.
Get high for 50 cents for the same, So I have not done cocaine in over 35 years, 40 years.
He is not a crackhead.
I never did.
I'm proud of you.
And marijuana is legal now.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, I should make the distinction because honestly, I have so much energy. I did a show on Saturday, like, you know she does crack. I'm like, don't be hating because I have natural energy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do crack. Never did it.
Okay.
I did see a crackhead before though.
All right. Anyway,
And he also
Before
does
we
craft.
bring up our two guests, I'm going to tell you a little something. Nicole Monaco, you know her. You've done a show with her.
Yeah.
What you don't know is Nicole Monaco was the first co-host of the original Gagootz show.
Wow. Oh my
She
God.
was the first. And
So she paved the way for me.
she paved the
Oh
way
my God,
for
she's a
you. Yeah.
pioneer.
She's a pioneer.
I'm
And
excited.
so, you know the song, our introduction song,
Yeah.
Living on the Island, right? So Jack Simmons, he has, since he passed away, the guy that wrote the song, and I own the rights to the song now.
Nice.
Because I made a deal with Jack, and then I own the rights because I don't want any harm. Jack loved that song.
Yeah.
So Jack did the song live in the original Gagootz show in a different studio. Jack did the song live, and then Nicole, we had a Gagootz too. And then Nicole said to me while Jack was singing and dancing and stuff, Nicole said, let's go, and we danced together on it. So we're going to show that video right now.
Show that video.
Jack Simmons song.
Aw, with the video.
Some people live in the city, some people live in the mountains, some people live in the tundra. But me, I live on an island. I live on a beautiful island. I live on Long Island. I live on an island most of my life. I have a car, 2 kids, and a wife. I'll probably be here for the rest of my life. I'm living on Long Island. When summer comes and winter falls, the island ladies go to shopping malls, take daddy's credit card, charge it all. They're living on an island. Oh, they're living on Long Island. And you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm not hurting anyone. Hey, Anthony, can you get me a vodka? Is that your Camaro? That is so gorgeous. It's bumper to bumper on Friday night. Montauk, Hampton, sunshine bright. Then I'm sitting in traffic on Sunday night. I'm living on an island. I'm living on Long Island. And you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm not hurting anyone. Let's live. Coming of age in old Bethpage, trying to get down in Levittown, jogging in the dark in Floral Park. I think I'll stay in Oyster Bay 'cause I'm living on an island. Yes, I'm living on Long Island. Well, I get my thrills out in Dix Hills, and the girls are pretty in Garden City. Got my 280Z on the LIE, waiting in vain for the train. I'm living on Fire Island. I'm in Nassau. I'm in Freeport. I'm in Jamaica on an island. So Wanaka, Ronkonkoma, somebody give me a harmonica. Hey, open your eyes and you may see coconut trees on the LIE. Once you do, then you'll be Are you living on Long Island? Oh, you know it's so much fun. You're living on the island. You're not hurting anyone. Living on an island. We're living in, we're getting in, we're giving in, we're getting in, we're taking in, I'm living on an island.
Hey! We were the original Gagootz up in here. I'm around royalty over here.
Yeah.
This is Gagootz royalty.
The
No,
original woman.
I gotta do this one thing. I'm sorry. I had to.
Okay.
I'm living on the island. I said, what the hell is Betty? If you don't sit your okay, I had to do it.
I have no coordination. I
Wow.
have no coordination at all.
I love that you still went out there.
No
You're like,
rhythm, and I don't give a crap. No rhythm in it.
No rhythm.
Somehow you still managed to make a son.
Yeah. How many years ago was that?
Look,
That was like what was that? Probably 9 years ago.
Oh my
Very
God.
good, yes.
Right? 9
Very
years
good.
ago?
It was like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And,
It
and
was,
you were working at Gagootz, like that's something you have in your
You
bedroom
know
every
what?
night. What's
I
going on?
mean, at that point in time in my life, I knew my way around the Gagootz. You know? I didn't. Gosh. Yeah. Actually, let's just put it this way. Let's be real, okay? My uncle had a garden, okay? And he really had Gagootzes in there. This isn't some weird story about like my uncle did something weird to me as a kid. It was just like I had an uncle who had a garden full of Gagoots.
Most of
So
us,
I actually
So you knew
I
right
knew
around
my
the
way
Gagoots.
around a
I can
Gagoots.
the way you were twirling it. I said, oh, that woman know a Gagootz.
and I want you to know, I grew that Gagootz.
Oh
That
yes,
partic-
yes,
I
from his
grew
garden.
them.
Yeah, you always have weirdly shaped Gagootz. Are they all weirdly shaped?
Yes.
It-
Is there
yeah.
ever any regular?
Yeah, there's long
Oh,
ones.
because
Yeah.
they all have like curvatures to it.
Yeah.
A little curve never hurt nobody. It's
So,
fine.
you know, we're all a little unique in our own way.
Right.
Exactly. Anyway,
Welcome,
Nicole-
guys. Welcome.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Nicole Lamonaco and Francesca Panobian.
Welcome.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for coming on
It
the
feels
show.
like old homes week now. I
That's
feel like,
great, yeah.
It's exciting to be back. It's,
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like, wow, no time has passed at all.
All right, maybe 9 years.
Just
That's
9
fine.
years.
That's fine.
No, I'm so excited because we hadn't seen each other for a long time.
Yeah.
We had, and then I did that Thursday night show, and somebody dropped out, and I needed somebody, and then Nancy said Nicole wants to know if she could be on the show, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
And
So
then-
it was cool.
because she was out of comedy for
Yeah, so I was gonna say because I met Nicole, we did a show at Governors. It's called Badge is Spooky.
Yeah.
It was like a Halloween theme, and did you make that? She had an
I
apron,
bought it.
and it was like a scary vagina. I was like, we were all scared. Actually.
Yeah.
it was very.
It was.
And we spoke a little bit about your journey in comedy. Like you could share.
Yeah. So let me just, I'm going to just round everything into one big thing. So Francesca and I, how I came back into comedy.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the first night that, like all this led, Francesca was actually on that show. It was a Butera show.
Oh, okay.
And I was invited to go as a guest. So my friend was like, let's go to a comedy show together. And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, come on, let's go out. I'm like, all right, fine. So I decided, all right, I'll go. And it was a Butera show. I'm like, oh, actually, these are like people that I know. And then Francesca was on the show. Mike Delacula was on the show. There was a couple other people on there. So with that point, you know, one thing led to another. And we all had this conversation. And Carrie Karavis got wind that I was at the show. So Carrie calls me and she's like, I was going to be at that show. Like, I am so mad I didn't go. Like, you're so funny. Like, you got to get back into doing comedy. And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, you've been saying I don't know for a long time. Like, get back into it. And now Francesca and I both, you know, work with Carrie to get like coaching a little bit and just help us get back in the New York groove, I guess, so to say,
I
right?
love that.
And with that is how it started. That's how our friendship reconnected again. And before getting back into comedy, Francesca and I actually had breakfast together because she's an accountability coach. You want to tell them a little bit about what like that is?
Sure. I help people reach their goals, whatever that may be. I'm also a physical trainer. So yeah.
Oh my God,
that's
do you ever
happiness looks
joke
good
about,
on
like,
you.
People that are like people that come in all the time and they always want accountability, and you're like, girl, you ain't never take accountability a day in your life. Like, do you ever like go to open mic and be like, listen, I gotta just vent a little bit because I'm going through a lot. Like, is that what kind of brought you into comedy? Like, what was your inspiration? That's a good one, I mean, right? I think
Honestly, so if you're my client, it's all confidential. So
Word.
she's
a professional.
I don't ever. I have enough issues of my own life that I bring on the stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy?
I've actually been doing it for a year now.
Wow, so you're a baby, you know.
Yeah.
So it's so funny when I'm sure you've gotten into comedy, people are like, how long have you been doing it? And you're like, a year, and they're like, oh, so you're like a year old.
Yeah.
That's how they look at you,
Yeah.
because you've been doing it. I know you took some time off, but how long have you? How long?
I mean, overall, it's been like on and off. It's been over 10 years.
Wow.
So it's been a long time. But you know, when I first started doing it, it was, you know, I was on the Gagootz show. We would getting to meet so many people. It was awesome. And then, life happens, and I just kind of fell off of that for a little bit. And then made some choices that were just like not always the best, and then took a break and then dabbled with doing stuff here and there. Like I'd get a show from time to time. And then, coming back into full circle about the last show that I did before I'm back in comedy was that Badger Spooky show, which was that Halloween show. And, that was right after James passed away. So did you know James?
So you had told me, we were talking about it. I didn't know him directly, but I definitely knew of him.
Okay. Did you ever get a chance to meet him?
I actually did. He did an open mic in Bayshore.
Okay.
And I did the open mic that he ran. And it was, what was weird about it was I was the old man at the time. I was the old guy. So James was the only person who really talked to me and showed me any, I don't want to say respect, but the other comedians like I was the old guy, the old weird guy. But James was the
old weird guy.
James just had this presence about him where you immediately felt comfortable with him.
I did, exactly.
He'd never no one ever had a conversation with James and walked away and was like, oh, what a jerk. Like you met him and you were like, wow, this guy actually took the time to make me feel like I was somebody. And we dated, and then after he passed away, I was like, I don't know if I want to do comedy, whatever. And then that show came about and it was in October. And I just felt the urge to be like, I want to do something to honor him and his comedy, not so much me, but do it out of just remembrance, I guess, for him. And that was the last show I did. That was in October. And November 19th, I was saved by the Lord Jesus.
All right. All right now. We love Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus, if you're watching, I love you too.
He's always watching.
I love Jesus. I just want you to know that.
I like when you do your act and you talk about your mom. And I'm not even going to try and do it because I'm going to butcher it. But you talk about how your mom's like, you need Jesus. I'm like, yeah.
Look at her. She's like, yes, go to Jesus.
Yes.
Go to church.
Get
That's
to know
funny.
the Lord. So with that being said, God kind of opened the door again. I was not trying to come back into comedy. It just happened organically. I got a phone call, come to this show. I went, Carrie called me, started doing, some classes with her. And then one door just kept opening after another. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing comedy again now.
Yeah.
So my whole new set is basically what's happened in my life with James and how I came to know Jesus and how I am now moving and walking in my life with him. And it's been,
I always thought you were funny, but I think you're funnier now.
Thank you. I've matured, it was I was in a space where I was very shock value, balls to the wall, didn't care what I said, was saying things just to be funny. And now I'm walking in a different purpose. Now it's I go up on stage and it's I'm telling a real story that really genuinely happened to me. And by the grace of God, able to make people laugh about it and see that there is joy and laughter beyond the pain of things that happen and that there's hope in Jesus. And they either receive the message or they don't. And that's okay. But, I'm doing it with a different purpose now. And it's no longer about me. It's about being able to come on a show like this and talk to you guys about it and
you better follow Jesus.
Yeah, do it. It's the best decision you'll ever make in your life.
She did a show. We did another show together. We did the bookstore, but then I had a gig for the Knights of Columbus, which is a very religious organization. And the person that dropped out of the Thursday night show, I had a feeling this person might drop out again. So after the bookstore that night, Nicole messaged me, hey, it was great to see you again and everything. I was like, it was great to see you too. Do you want to do this gig with me? I said, no, and I'll pay you. I didn't pay a lot, but
Yeah, I was happy to be there.
I said, I'll pay you, do this gig. And she opened, my son, Ryan, you've met Ryan. he hosted the show, and then the first person was Nicole, and it was perfect. Your act was perfect for them.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Oh,
They
that's
enjoyed
so
it.
good.
It was a good set, and we had a lot of fun in that room, and it just
And
felt.
they fed us. It was
Yeah,
really
that was
good.
Oh, you know, well, and let me tell you, the church people always gonna feed you. Okay, I love it. I love it, Jesus. But I'm curious, just in case he didn't know. But I'm just curious, you know, because you started, you're in it for 1 year. She's been in here for 10 years. How does that affect with you? Because I've never had someone that has had that much of do you go to her and you kind of ask her things?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I'm so grateful for
Aw.
her. We went to high school together.
Mhm.
Oh, you did?
So,
All right,
yeah,
great.
so we've known each other for a very long time.
Is she what inspired you to get into comedy?
No.
No.
Okay, you don't gotta tell
Yeah,
me.
you're
She might be.
not hurting my feelings by saying, yeah,
She's like, don't
she
say
was
yes.
what? No, I was not.
No. A couple of close people told me, planted the seed that I should try, and I never thought about it. I never thought, if you asked me 2 years ago if I would ever go on stage, I never even held a microphone before, and
Oh my goodness.
I
Oh,
just
that's
threw
great.
myself out there.
Now, did you take a class?
No.
Because you
All
had to
right.
mention you share a coach, which I get that for
Yeah.
10 years, but you already doing a coach at 1 year in, girl. So and how does that change the dynamic for you? Starting so early in, and you already have a coach. Who's your coach? You guys should shout the person out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carrie Carabas.
Carrie Carabas,
Yeah.
shout out to you, girl.
You know Carrie?
No, but
Very
all right,
funny.
I'm gonna get to know you, Carrie.
Carrie
very
is
funny.
hilarious.
She is.
She's
Love
so
it.
funny. She's just a dynamo. She's just a powerhouse of she just is fearless on stage. And she is not afraid to hurt your feelings, which I appreciate.
I love that.
She doesn't tiptoe around that's funny and not funny. It's not funny, cut it. It's not like, oh, that was good. You didn't know. It was terrible. Get it out of
Okay.
here. I love that about
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
No, that's what you should do, too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring up. I did a bit which I do now. I still do. I wrote it 40 years ago about Italians giving directions. The
Oh,
Italian map.
yeah.
First time I did it, it bombed. Right, and I did it again. It bombed, and then it hit me one day. I threw it out. I threw it on a shelf, and then one day I thought, if I take this about giving directions, my uncle using the napkin holder, this is your car, the salt shaker is a belt. If I now do a callback with Christopher Columbus discovering
Yeah.
America, but he actually was looking for India. His navigator was one of my ancestors, and this napkin holder is the Santa Maria, and this salt shaker is India. You want to take the Belt Parkway. It took me a while to get, but
Yeah, sometimes.
when I did that, I did it, all of a sudden, comedians were coming up to me, good comedians were coming up and saying, that's the funniest bit. That's such a great bit. John Santo, everybody,
Yeah.
they love it. And originally that was something that I liked throughout. So, so what I'm saying, if Carrie tells you to throw something out and you like it, but you throw it out, maybe
You salvageable later.
yeah, maybe you find a new way to bring. And then I've had comedians come up to me where it's now about, they're like, the joke is the milk carton when you're driving. You got to look for the milk carton and you got to look for the
Yeah.
canal. So there were one comedian actually said, that's the joke. You're missing the best part of the joke.
Yeah, sometimes when you
is that
do
you're
show,
drawing-
yeah,
yeah.
sometimes you'll do a bit and somebody come
So-
on stage and people are like, oh my god, that was great. But and I like people that do that. I'm
Me
I'm
too.
always down.
Right.
For
I'm
tweet.
like, please tell me what you think.
Yeah,
Where
so-
did you think that joke was going?
Right.
You're like,
Tell
oh,
me
good,
where
yeah.
you could. Let's navigate
Yeah,
together.
let's do
Like
that,
that's
yeah.
right.
So yeah,
Yeah, especially
You
I was gonna say you being
Yeah.
you should never
Very open.
you should never marry. You should never be married to a joke. You should
Right,
never if somebody tells you, hey, you
That's
know,
how you got divorced, right? I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. You should never be married to a joke.
oh, but she's a mom, but she's not a single mom.
Right.
She's a hot mom.
She is a hot mom.
She's a hot mom. She's single
And a mom.
and a mom,
Oh,
but she's not a single mom.
all right. She's a hot mama. Period. That's
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amen.
She's
I love
not
that.
because I don't know. For some reason, they were trying to correct me before because they thought I thought her being a single mom meant she was a widow or something.
Okay, no, not our generation. We
No.
wish we could kill the men off. Unfortunately, they just don't die. They just coming back. I don't understand.
Well,
My kids
Oh,
have
okay.
that.
Sorry. Damn it. Benny, you walked me into the. It was Benny. Oh my God.
It's all right, we can joke about
I'm
it.
so
We can joke.
sorry.
It's okay.
No.
God.
Listen,
No, Benny, ain't nobody with no damn hard breadsticks. Put the breadsticks down there.
they're onion. They're tasty.
They're very
He always
They are.
looks like brings food. I'm like, I can't
It's my
eat
microphone.
How are we doing?
What was it, the Ed McMahon show? Was the guy who had the Price is Right back in the
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the Price is Right. Yeah.
Microphone.
Well, we know
All
that
right,
she
anyway,
like
no.
a little Gagootz in
You
her.
mentioned James again, and I just want to say, I only met him that one time, but I see that he was an inspiration in comedy
Yeah.
to a lot of
So many people.
a lot of people.
So many people.
Talk
He gave
about
people
him.
opportunities, and he took the chance to just get to know people and would be like, oh, I'm gonna give this person a chance, give this person a chance, and he had the Wasted Talent production at the Alibi in Farmingdale, and so many people when they speak about him now, it's just like you see how many lives he's touched, and it's something that's so beautiful to watch all these people have such an affected by him, and when his wake was happening, the flood of love that was just exuded from every single person. Like he was like everyone's best friend.
That's so
everybody was
cool.
like,
That's so
he's my
cool.
best friend, and it was like he just was good to everyone.
Yeah.
So I was
There were a
blessed
few
to
comedians
know
like
him.
that who touched people. There was I don't think you knew him. Vince D'Antona was Vinny and George. He was a ventriloquist.
Yeah, he
You
was.
remember-
Yeah, he was at. He did a show at the Villa Monaco once before.
Oh, okay.
Before I even started doing comedy, somebody else did a show there. Yeah.
Okay, and Vinny, he's my favorite ventriloquist. He was really great. He could do adult, he could do kids. And the one thing about that I always felt about Vince D'Antona was once you met Vince, he was your friend.
Right.
He was one, and James seems to be the same because, like I said, I met him and he was really cool. I was actually sitting with James because the other comedians were ignoring me.
Yeah.
Where now all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. My son got involved in it. A lot of these young comics, like I come here to Paradise for they do a awesome open mic on Fridays, and now they come up to me, these young guys, and I'm legendary. How the hell did that
They probably
happen?
don't even think you're an old guy because these young kids literally look like you nowadays. I'm not even kidding. These 20-year-olds look old as crap. They're like, oh my God, we went to the same chem class.
But they call me legendary. I'm legendary now.
I mean, you are. You've been in this for a decade. You put some
You paid your dues.
Yeah, but it was like, with me, I feel like Michael Corleone in The Godfather Part 3 because every time I think I'm out of comedy, they pull me
They
back.
pull me back
They pull me
in.
back. Because that show that we did at the Knights of Columbus,
Mhm.
my friend Dawn and her husband were like, oh, we want to do a comedy show. We want, and they have a band. Oh, come see our band. We'll let you do people are like,
It's hard to
do
do
comedy.
comedy in between bands and stuff.
No, that-
music and comedy.
that doesn't
People
work.
try to make it work. It doesn't work.
And
It's always a long show too. I'm like, I don't want to be here for a concert/comedy show. Dude,
Yeah.
put
It
the
doesn't
music at
work.
the end so I could go.
It
Yeah.
doesn't work. I've seen it work a couple of exception to the rule a couple of times where I've seen a comedian open for a band.
Right.
I've seen that. But if a band takes a break, the people want to talk now.
Yeah.
They want to
They
talk,
don't
they
wanna
want to
listen
socialize.
now.
They don't want to listen to some moron up there, and they'll call you a moron. That's why I said
That
that.
happens. I love that. So wait, we're gonna go back to
Or
the
do
journey.
your little skit. I love that too. Look, we have a band. We're going to take a break, and then you could go up and do your little skit.
Yeah. Oh, thanks
Your
so
little
much.
skit, yeah.
He's gonna be cyber. Let's go back to you guys' journeys, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, enough about me. Yeah.
Yes, your little skits over here. So, Rich, all right, that was a good callback, right? But no, so Francesca, so that you've been doing it for a year. Like, how do you balance motherhood, going to work full time, and then you're like also because comedy is also like a job. Like, how do you balance
You're a
that?
superhero.
No.
She's like, let me get my cape.
Yeah. There's balance. What's balance? I don't know what balance is. There's no balance. You do what you got to do.
Right.
There's long nights and but I love it. The thing is, it doesn't feel like everything that I do. I have 2 businesses. I have my 2 sons.
Ooh, shout out them businesses, girl.
Yeah, so
All
I
right, wait. 2 businesses, 2 sons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the businesses? You got to shout them out though.
Yeah. So I do compliance for hedge funds, and I also have Happiness Looks Good on You, which I'm a physical trainer and accountability coach. So mind and body.
And she trims hedges? Is that what?
No, I'm not.
No, I know.
I don't do that.
Just the bushes, the bushes below.
But every other weekend when I don't have my children, I deliver cakes for the Cake Don.
My God, how many
Yeah.
things are you doing?
And if you ever need a move, College Hunks Calling Junk is the best.
Wait, you work for College Hunks too?
No, but they're wonderful. They help me.
I'm like, girl, are you a Jamaican person? How many It's crazy.
All right,
Yeah.
so now, where are your sons right now while you're
They're
here?
with their father.
Oh, okay.
Hence why I'm single and a mom.
Okay, all right now. I love that.
Yeah, okay. There's a
I'm
callback
I'm
for
not looking for a man to be my kid's dad.
I love it. I watch Love After Lockup, and they always like, he's gonna be my kid. I'm like, the man is in jail. They don't wake up. I'm sorry. They crazy.
Yeah.
But when you got into comedy, like, was there anything that you were like, I want to do this? And like, I mean, it's only been a year, but is it like something that you've been like, this is a goal? Have you achieved it, or is there a goal that is still out there for you?
Well, yeah, there's plenty of. I always have goals.
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
always want to improve and better myself, and yeah, I want to
Do you write?
see where I go.
Are you always writing material?
Yes.
Do you keep writing material?
Yeah.
And you-
But I'm like, I have my set, and I'm just trying to make it better.
Well, when I tell some people, like my son, she knows my son, you know him.
Word.
When he first started, and I told Nancy, I said, his material, if you have the potential and you have it in you to be a comedian, your material finds you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I said. Your material has found you.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, my
And
voice has changed drastically on stage from when I started to now, like 2 totally different sets. Like there was a couple jokes that I had from the past that like I polished up and cleaned and made, more appropriate, but I was filthy in more ways than one, but thank you, Lord.
So now
for
you're
making
you're
me
you're a PG comic. You don't
Yeah.
curse, you don't.
Yeah, no cursing, PG. And I like it because it's like, it's a little bit more of a challenge to have to stay so clean in a realm that
It's
is
very hard.
expecting
It's so.
you.
Are you clean too?
I'm cleaner since Nicole.
That's good. That's
Definitely
good.
clean.
I'm like learning to be cleaner.
Yeah.
I did a show and they're like, my girlfriend does not like vulgar comics at all, but she's obsessed with you. I was like, I'm a vulgar comic. I just said one P word.
I think there's a difference between being vulgar on stage with a purpose to the joke versus just going up there and being disgusting.
Yes, I
There's
agree.
people that go up there and are just being disgusting, and it's like you didn't even write a joke. You didn't do anything that had any structure or talent or anything in that. It was just you were going up there and being gross. And it's like, okay, if you think that's funny, then
Those are the people who aren't really comedians.
right.
They need therapy. Those are people.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, I know. I've seen people
Those
go up
people-
But
there.
then there are people that will, I don't personally do it or say it anymore, but I can look at a joke and say, okay, that structure was really good. That curse, that worked in that. You know what I mean? It's
In the
like,
club, sometimes
Yeah,
it works.
But you don't curse though
No.
anymore at all. Okay. And like, have you ever now like in a space that you turn down things because you're like morally doesn't feel right? Like, have you been in that position before? Yeah.
I was asked, I'm trying to think of like what, like, yes, but it really wasn't comedy. It was something else that I was asked to do. And I said no to it because it wasn't aligned with my morals. But needless to say, I just, I don't know. Like Francesca has a goal for comedy. You know what I mean?
We
Like,
gotta get back to that.
you know, like there's goals. Like I feel like I'm on a lot of different assignments right now. Comedy is just one of the assignments I'm on. I work at my church as a kindergarten teacher's assistant there, which I talk about that in my set as well. I own my own business. It's called Your Experience Grace and Wellness, where I do relaxation sessions, which is a scalp, face, neck.
Yeah, that's right. You do like Reiki.
Nope, I don't do Reiki anymore.
Okay.
I don't do that. I've denounced from all things of New Age, which was Reiki, yoga, crystals, all of those things. They're not.
But yoga's just breathing.
Yeah, a lot of things seem to be a lot of things that they're not.
Okay. You see, my friend got saved. I already knew. I was like, girl, we gonna keep every conversation PG because you know everything get a little left. I'm like, what the?
I know.
I can't have hot sauce no more. This is crazy. I made it. I'm sorry.
It's just to be transparent in it all is that my whole life was based on yoga, crystals, Reiki, New Age, everything, tarot card readings I was doing all of those things. And after James passed away, my life got rocked upside down and I was scared for a lot of reasons. And I started reading my Bible and I learned that a lot of those things are not what they seem. They're not true healing. They're counterfeits to what God himself wants to offer us in him to heal us. So I've denounced from Reiki, and the relaxation session that I give now is the scalp, face, neck, arms, hands, calves, and feet massage, all done with hot towels and essential oils. And I just let God work through me, where when I was doing Reiki, it was me drawing from myself and going to spirituality and being like, okay, I'm going to be filled with love and all these things. And then I would pour out to these people and then I would be exhausted because it was self-filling, 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 self-giving, self-giving, self-filling, blah, 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 blah. And then now I am aligned with the source of creation.
All right,
so,
great.
You know what I'm saying?
So when you were saved by the Lord,
yeah.
Okay, and it changed how you thought, and it was by reading the Bible. How did you get about reading the Bible?
So believe it or not, I'm going to just briefly share some of my testimony on here. I was in a space where I was extremely depressed. James had passed away. 2 weeks after that, his mother passed away.
Oh my God.
So they were back-to-back hits of that. And I felt like my world was upside down. And I was in the backyard with his friend, Pat, who is a Christian. And he had a phone call that came in. And the phone call, the person said, what are you doing right now? And he said, I'm in my yard with Nicole. And he's like, I don't like her. And he's like, why? You don't even know her. Why are you saying that? And he was like, I don't know. She's all into that yoga and crystals and Reiki, and we don't need a demon around us right now. And I was like, excuse me, what? And I can only describe it as the fear of the Lord washed over me, and I was trembling. I was shaking. I was so scared, and I felt somehow responsible for what happened to them.
Stop.
And the enemy just took over my thoughts and was like, you did this. This is your fault. You're bad. You're bad. And I was just like in this chokehold of depression and anxiety and fear. And that lasted for 3 months straight. And I was asking every single person that I could possibly ask that knew anything about religion, Jesus, whatever, like what to do. And every person gave me the same answer. And they said, read the Bible. Go and read the Bible. Read the Bible for yourself. They're like, we can't give you the answer, but God will. And I was like, I don't want to read the Bible. I just want somebody to give me the answer. I don't want to do this work. And sure enough, I surrendered and I read the Bible. And it was the words were coming alive and off the page. And it was like, and I finally surrendered and asked Jesus to show me who he was. And I was at the Floatopia place when it happened. I was in this float tank and the water was red. I changed the color of the water and it was red. And I said, okay, I called him by his name. I went, okay, Jesus. I go, if you're really who you say you are, I need you to show me. And I got into the water. I said, there's power in the blood of Jesus. Show me who you are. And Jesus Christ stepped his feet into that water with me, put his hands on my chest, and the fear, the anxiety, the negative, demonic, whatever word you want to describe it as, was taken and casted out of my body. And I got up on my knees, and there was a halo around my head because the pillow got stuck to my head. It's like this circular pillow that you rest your head in. It got stuck to my head, and there was a halo around my head. And that day forward, like I was, when I tell you that morning, I was smoking cigarettes, I was smoking weed, I was cursing like a sailor. That night, I was different. I
stopped smoking.
I stopped smoking. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped smoking weed. I barely drink. I don't curse. It was like I quit my job. I left. I mean, I was like, no one's going to tell me that Jesus isn't real. Like, my life belongs to him. And that's the mission I'm on now, is where I live to spread the gospel. And that's it.
Damn, I got chills from that. Can we
Praise the Lord.
Francesca, tell us your stage story.
All right, so
Francesca got, girl,
all right.
Tell us your story, girl.
Yes, tell us your story. We have 9 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay. Well, long story short,
She's always
I got divorced for the second time. But my life was, I turned my life upside down too. I didn't have, really any, I kind of sheltered myself. I was very close to my in-laws. So getting divorced, I didn't have them anymore. My kids would always hang out with their cousins. So it was very lonely for me. And comedy was something for me to go to and meet people and just be able to like just take me out of my comfort zone, just like, I like to do dangerous things. I like to do flips off the bridge. I've been doing for my whole life. And,
she's like randomly gonna say a bridge. Williamsburg? What the hell are you talking about?
I see the videos that you make, and I'm like, she got no fear.
Like,
just
what?
Jumping
I can't even flip on cement. Like, that's too much for me.
It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. But comedy is a healthy outlet for me that I won't die. But it gives me that same adrenaline rush, like I'm gonna die.
Right.
So I really like it.
If you're gonna get into comedy, it is like that, but like you're not gonna feel like you're gonna die.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Maybe a little bit.
All right.
A little bit.
There was a
The
comedian.
adrenaline.
Right.
There was a comedian named Dick Shawn.
Yeah.
If any of you remember him, he was in a few movies. He was in It's a Mad, 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 Mad World and stuff. He was doing stand-up in the city, and he was doing a whole bit about being dead and about we could all be dead right now. Maybe all of us are dead. And he collapsed on the stage, and they thought it was part of the act, and he dropped dead on
Oh my God, Lord.
Dick
oh,
Shawn.
wow.
For real?
For real.
Oh man.
He was also in the movie The Producers, the original Producers,
Yeah. I see that.
with Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Dick Shawn. You look it up.
That's
I
crazy.
remember
That was
reading
morbid,
about
buddy.
it. Yeah.
We're talking about Jesus and his
Well, we were at Governor's about a month ago, whatever it was, and I'm doing my set Thursday night at Governor's. I got a guest spot. Thank you, Governor.
Shout out to Governor.
And I'm doing a guest spot, and I'm doing my set about James having a heart attack and the whole thing. And after I finish my set, the guy in the audience has a heart attack.
Shut up.
So I'm like, I just go into prayer. I'm like, Lord Jesus, please just be with this person. I mean, they lived, and thank God.
Did you say it on the mic that you were
No.
I was.
If I still had the microphone in my hand and I was on stage still, yes, I would have cut what I was doing and went right into prayer. But it was not.
Wow.
That's not what happened. It happened after I got off the stage. But I was like, just like, to me, it's like that. Like, I did my set, and then I'm talking about how Jesus saves me after that, and it's like, he manifests himself in the whole room, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's wild, like, to watch. Like, you like the adrenaline, right? Right? Like, I have been an adrenaline junkie my whole life too. I love to chase danger. I love to chase like the rush of things. And there hasn't been any, when they're like, Jesus, take the wheel, right? We've all heard Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah.
When he takes the wheel of your life, you don't know what is going to happen because you are now no longer in control. You've died to yourself and you're like, oh wait, I got no say in this, do I? I just got to ride the ride. Okay, let's do this. So for me, it's like, it's It's awesome. I love volunteers.
That's great.
I've never been a thrill seeker because I'm black in America. I think that's enough thrill for me.
Listen, that's crap because you are.
Well, yeah, it's crap, but it's okay.
You are. She's been adrenaline this whole show.
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, no, I'm not flipping off. I don't flip off bridges, brother. If I look down, if the thing is too high, I'm out that thing.
Yeah,
I'll be in a boat and go too fast. I'm getting off that thing.
but you are high energy.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
you
But
are
it's not
high
because
energy.
like I chase adrenaline. I just have
You
it.
just are adrenaline.
I'm just
Yeah.
the adrenaline.
You are adrenaline. Yeah.
I don't do crack or cocaine or freebase.
Amen. Thank
Free
God.
base.
Now I know a new term,
Yeah.
freebase.
Yeah.
I got that out. I'm gonna go home like, I learned a new word. I'm gonna say it to everyone I know.
I want you to watch that movie, Richard Pryor Live on the Sunset Strip.
Okay.
Okay, watch that one
So
because
I have
then,
some homework to bring back.
yes, that's homework to bring back in 2
Live on the
weeks.
Sunset Strip. I got you.
Live on the Sunset Strip,
All
and he
right,
talked.
maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah, watch
Right.
it.
We're
And
winding down, so I want to know, like, where can we see you ladies? What shows you got coming up? What we got?
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
She's like,
we're
no, you go, no,
together.
you go, no, you go.
We're together on Thursday.
Are you guys like comedy besties?
Yeah.
I love it. Because I have like a couple comedy. I have like 2 girls. I'm like, all right, my comedy bestie.
Yeah, she's like my total comedy bestie.
Oh, I
like
love
we get together every Wednesday night. We write together. Sometimes we eat.
Yeah.
We converse about life too. Like and it's like it started like we were friends in high school and we were always friendly together there, and we knew like we hung out together.
Yeah.
We didn't hang out like all the time, but we were always cool with one another.
Yeah.
And then we came into comedy, and now we're like actually growing a deeper
I love
friendship,
that.
which has been awesome. It's really nice.
Yeah. It's
And
beautiful.
yeah.
So wait, where are you catching you guys?
Yeah, so we're gonna be at
She's so in love with you. She's like, I forgot what the question was. I love her though.
someplace else. It's called in West Islip. Steve Rocco is.
Oh, Rocco. See, Rocco's
Yeah,
back in
Steve
he's back in
Rocco.
town. He like good with
And-
dabs.
He
Like,
was
gotta remember
teaching
how
now
to
or
say his
something.
name.
teaching what? Comedy?
Comedy, yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
No, I'm into don't do that. Don't do
Steve
that.
Rocco is he is teaching comedy, so he does have a class, and he also has starting to produce some shows again. So
Oh,
we will be
good.
there
Thursday.
Thursday night at someplace else in West Islip. Friday night I'm going to be at Samantha's Little Bit of Heaven.
Where's that?
Saturday you're going to be at
I'll be at the Rose in Manhattan.
Oh, okay. Where's your show on Friday?
Friday's at Samantha's Little Bit of Heaven in East Northport.
Okay.
Sunday, Perilla, I don't want to call him, Steve Rocco is doing a show at the Anchor Pub. I'll be on that show. And then tomorrow I'm actually doing John LaRocchia's talk show. So,
Oh, you're on John LaRocchia's show here?
yeah.
Cool.
So
Nice.
I'll be back again. So
Oh,
love
that's
that.
cool.
back in the
Yeah,
new
you're doing a
year.
double. Oh my god.
Doing a
So
double.
yeah, you guys have like a whole weekend.
That's John
of show.
LaRocchia and Rich Walker, right?
Is Rich Walker on the show? I think so. I don't know. I do know.
She's like, why would you ask? He always asks people for their name. He's like, first and last. Tell me it right now.
I don't know anything. I don't do any research.
He's like, I have John.
You didn't know Rich Walker is his co-host. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
It's okay. She's
She
gonna walk
knows
into I'm like,
now.
Rich, I know you very well.
I know who Rich Walker is. I just didn't know that he was the co-host because the last time I did a show with LaRocchia, it was actually like via Zoom, and it was a call-in that I did.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but it's been a long time.
I think I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I've been known
You're
to be
usually
wrong.
not wrong with first and last. Once you say a first and last name, this guy knows.
Yeah.
He's like,
I
he's
know
from the
that.
ages where they wrote in the dress book, so they remember numbers and first and last name.
I used to
The
remember
Rolodex
numbers.
is in their head.
Yeah, I used to. I only now all the numbers I remember are all not in use because everyone changed their numbers. So.
All right, and now we have a show this Thursday
Yes, we
Okay.
did.
at the bookstore. And Francesca, I would love to have you on We'll Talk, all right?
Okay, sounds
I'd love
good.
to have you on.
Yeah.
Maybe
Thank you.
maybe both of you could come do
Okay,
the
that would be
bookstore.
fun.
Oh, that would be
That'd
fun.
be
A
cool.
little comedy Bessie.
Yeah.
Y'all better be cute. I gotta call my comedy Bessie because we don't write together. You see this? This is
We'll
why
talk.
black people can never progress. I'm sorry.
Will you
It's
stop
true.
with
I
that?
mean, why the hell they be on the phone talking about? Oh my God, I saw this guy. I want to talk about that man. I'm sorry. PTSD. What can I say? I'm sorry.
The Gagootz show has gone very far from
But
the
in some
original-
ways, it's still a full circle.
Here's
moment,
the-
like,
yeah.
the original co-host to the contemporary co-host.
I love
right?
it.
Yes.
I'm
What's
so
contemporary?
glad.
And they-
That means
How are you
contemporary?
How are you liking being the co-host? I feel like you are you are awesome. You have so much energy. Like you're not afraid. You just jump right in.
And we have
like,
such good energy.
Yeah.
Like, how could I not? This guy's wearing a Hawaiian shirt and freaking egg. I mean, how could I not like being here? Wearing a freaking hat. Where's the sun, sir? Where's the sun? He's
But
gonna
this
be-
is why I wear the
Oh.
friggin' hat.
I
Because
always forget you
I
have no
don't
hair
want
under
to
there.
blind you.
I always forget you have no hair under
This
there.
is why I wear that friggin' hat.
But yes, we're wrapping it up.
We're
All right.
wrapping it up.
Yes.
We got 17, 16 seconds.
Yes, thank you for being here for this Gagootz show. We'll be back in
Thank you.
2 weeks.
Thank you for having
Thank you
me
to
on.
our
Thank you so
Nic-
much.
Nicole Monaco and Francesca.
Mezzi,
Pon-
the big Gagootz.
Pansienko.
I wanted her to
Oh,
say the
me?
last
Oh,
name.
Pan Blanco.
White bread.
White bread. We love it. We love you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you all. Thanks for watching.
Thank
Have
you.
a great night. See you in 2
Love you.
weeks.